Folks, it's Blue Lives Matter. First clip on my show today is going to be SA210 Cop Watch because it's funny as heck, but it shows my point. Then we'll get into my story.
In your cage.
My cage? I got a cage?
Put it down.
What do you want?
You almost hit me over there.
No, I didn't. I saw you coming. I got drive cam. Get back in your car.
You dumb.
What?
Get back in your cage.
My cage? I got a cage?
Yeah, you fucking animal.
I'm an animal? You're a fucking animal. You're a pig.
That's why you listen like a bitch. Do what you're told.
Howdy, folks. It's Blue Lives Matter. Our subject today is going to cover Fusion Center, dirty pigs, dirty pig tricks, lying Lieutenant Mendoza. He gets to join lying Lieutenant Lopez there at Central Station. Imagine that. We're also going to cover why we got dirty pigs milking a bull. So stay tuned, some entertainment, but it is a serious video. I'll start out with a couple of highlights explaining the situation that led up to these things. I'm sorry, I got a fly buzzing by me. It's irritating the hell out of me. So, you see my hands flipping around or whatever. I'm not just insane, even though you can continue to say I am. I mean, I am insane, but that's not why I'm buzzing my hands back and forth. You damn sure got to be insane if you're willing to walk into a police station wearing body armor and carrying a firearm just to make a point. So here we go. We're going to get into it shortly. Okay, folks, we're going to start this off with a reminder of Sergeant Lorenz threatening unlawful arrest for filming in public. He said he would charge me with a crime if I filmed a minor. Now, this is more of a reason why you should always film the police. Anytime you're in public, police lie, something happens, they're going to deny. Because they lie and deny all the time. Now, you might think, nah, cops don't do that. They do that on purpose, and we're going to find that out real shortly, too. Because Sergeant Lorenz, telling me he's right and he must be smarter than me. He's the supervisor on duty. When I tried to get his supervisor to make sure he told his other subordinates, hey, obviously you're misinforming your dumb cops, or they're lying. Either way, they got to stop telling people they can't film in public. That dumb cop lied to me too. Now, his lies were a lot more egregious, and we're going to get into that as I cover it. But right now, let's flip to Sergeant Lorenz.
Take your supervisor right now.
Okay, well, yep, I am a supervisor.
Yeah, nice try there. You're not going to criminally charge me for shit.
Okay. Okay.
You're not. That's
Okay.
just, you can't sit here and tell me
Okay.
that anything I
I'm saying
film.
that there's a juvenile over there that's possibly been kidnapped. And you're filming it. I don't care if you film these patrol cars. I don't care if you film me. But please don't film him.
Now, don't go from it's a crime to do something to please don't do
If you
something.
film him and post it.
No, it's not.
Oh, it ain't, because you're smarter than me. Whatever, guy.
Yeah, you might want to go talk to a line lieutenant.
Okay, in this clip that we're about to roll, Lieutenant Mendoza, after refusing to speak to me on the phone and making me come out in person to drive down to this location to speak with me about something he could have done over the phone, is going to come out and dismiss me instantly, read off the wrong name and date of birth on his paper as if he didn't know why I was coming down to speak with him anyway, pretend like he didn't know. If he didn't know, why did he have that paper out there? What's he trying to intimidate me for? I'm not sure. I didn't really catch this till later, but now I kind of understand why someone's driving by my house at night shining a light through my window. It's intimidation. Now, he's going to allege that he smells alcohol as soon. Notice he didn't say that when I first came in, when he's been standing next to me. But you're going to hear him say, as soon as he says, is that it? Because he wants to control the narrative and be done and gone. As soon as I say, no, it's not it, he pulls this, I smell alcohol. And I hope he filed out a report that says so. Because let's watch.
How you doing? What's up, Mr. Reese? How can I help you?
I'm doing good. Sorry for that. Okay.
Just to make sure you're confirming you're Tony Reese, January 7th, 69, your date of birth. Okay, cool. How can I help you?
Down here to file a complaint. Maybe just an educational issue. It depends on how your thing goes with the sergeant. On the 29th, I spoke with one of your sergeants, Sergeant Lorenz, down at Houston and Frio Street.
Is that with the recording of the juvenile victim?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, Jack Miller called and left his number and wanted to be contacted only if I needed to. But yes, Sergeant Lorenz has been made aware that that's fine, and I talked to him already. He can call today. That's only mentioned that for me. But
okay.
Is there anything further?
Yeah, there is.
I guess you can drink some.
Nah, I was out earlier all day, so I mean, I was probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can smell my breath.
Okay. Is there anything I can help you with, though, Mr. Reese?
Yeah, I want to make sure that your sergeant is aware that, because this is an ongoing issue. Your officers quite frequently threaten arrests for things that are not crimes. And then when you tell them that's not a crime, they sit there and tell you it is and I'll arrest you. So was the sergeant made aware that filming in public is not a
Yes,
crime?
he was, and if you have anything further, you can contact Internal Affairs, but that's the end of our conversation, so have a good night. You've been drinking, I'm not going to talk to you, but you know Internal Affairs. Thank you.
That's okay.
Tony Reese, right? January 7th, 69.
You're going to tell me you're not going to talk to me and you're going to ask me a question.
Thank you, Tony Reese. Thank you, Tony Reese. Have a good night.
It's not Tony, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Obviously, his response is, it doesn't matter. Okay, folks, I'm going to try to wrap this up, but there's a lot of content that I'll go over maybe in another video. Don't want this one to run too long. So now you see this lieutenant's lying piece of crap. Ask yourself, why did he keep saying my name and date of birth he knows is wrong? Look, guys, San Antonio police have arrested me 10 times or so. They know who I am. They know my date of birth. They know my driver's license. They know my address. They know my social security number, my phone number. They know all this stuff. So for him to sit there and intentionally give the wrong date of birth, you can say, what game was he playing? I didn't know. I didn't care. It doesn't matter. I didn't need to confirm it. You know, I'm thinking, what kind of game is this guy playing? Does he think he's going to try to later, charge me for a fail to identify arrest? Or is he going to say, oh, look, you're coming down here intoxicated, harassing us, and I'm going to use this? Which is where I suspect he tried to go with that. We don't know what games he's playing. What we do know is that if he felt I was intoxicated, if he honestly smelt alcohol, he didn't. I thought, okay, I was sweating all day, maybe he's smelling sweat. How's he saying? I'm like, nah. And I told him, I said, you can smell my breath. Of course, he never looked at me after he said that. He looked over at his covering officer and gave her the wink and said, hey, haha, got this guy. We're out of here. He made the obvious hand gesture. So again, this is an officer intentionally setting up his lie. Think about that when you see officers doing things and why everyone needs to film officers all the time. They do play to their body cameras. They've learned that. They know the little ins and outs of how to make someone appear guilty. They know how to lie. They have no problems lying about that. They have no problems lying on police reports. Give it just a second. So regarding that, if they have no problem lying, then you need to consider that if you're ever on a jury. If an officer says something happened and he wrote it on his police report, it's not accurate. If this lieutenant wrote out a report, then what you need to do is start questioning, if that was true, why didn't that lieutenant arrest the man? He was armed, he was wearing body armor, and he obviously drove there and was obviously driving away. Now, do you really believe that lieutenant's report? No. Obviously, the lieutenant doesn't like me, and he would find any reason, as SAPD has often done, to try to have me convicted of a crime. And even when they know they can't convict you, they'll arrest you and say, well, you're going to take the ride. So we know that lieutenant was lying. We know he knew he didn't have probable cause. If he did, I'd have been in the back of a police car. So that was